finally got you. Thank you for joining me here at Evanston Magazine on our online forum. To the people I want to introduce you to, this is community leader and Evanston Aldermanic candidate, Carolyn Murray. Thank you for joining me, Carolyn.
Thank you, Aaron, for having me.
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to you running for alderman and winning. And so that's what we're here to do. We're going to introduce the people to exactly a couple of your strongest aldermanic points here. The main one that I love about you is that you have this gun buyback program that's been running at least 8 times already in the Evanston area. Can you tell us, first of all, why you chose to do that and how it's been working for you?
This has been very near and dear to my heart. Back in 2012, I was hearing gunshots outside of my window almost every night. And that year was kind of fatal. We had close to 4 homicides. So it was really impactful for me to try to work with the police to try to distinguish where the gunshots were coming from, like how to get some involvement on keeping our neighborhood safe. So I had called and made several conversations about the gunshots and how important the gunshots being fired in the neighborhood was very impactful as to where you would see homicides in the next dire fatal situation. So with that in mind, from my military training, I would just call and try to narrow down the locations. But with that, I said, well, I saw that Chicago was having some programs with their gun buybacks and they were being successful. I wanted to work on something like that to hopefully bring back, our part in the neighborhood of getting control of it. Well, at the beginning, we didn't get a lot of support. I mean, the community was aware of it. We were trying to work with the police. We were trying to work with just actually getting the data to finding out what made people want to turn in their guns. So my son, Justin, was very instrumental on recommending that we do cash, because prior to that happening, no one was doing cash. They were doing like gift cards. And the responses that we were getting from talking to people, that they were not really interested in turning in a gun at the police station per se, nor were they interested in a gift card. It's just, like very, very apprehensive to think that, okay, we're going to be able to turn in a gun. We're not going to get arrested. We're going to be able to turn in a gun and nobody's going to come back and ask us any questions or take our name and information. So it was really important to kind of build trust. So that was part of the reason why we were looking to do it in a safe environment, or like a sanctuary type of setting that was really responsive in the beginning. So picking out our local churches, well, Christ Temple actually was one of the first churches that we had the gun buyback at back in 2012 in December. Same time, Reverend Cherry is very active in the community. He was very responsive on helping out in the best way that the church could see fit at that time to get involved. So we took it from there, and we kept going. The only stumbling block was when Justin came back for Thanksgiving for holiday break, and November 29th, he was fatally shot in front of my mother's house, which is 2 blocks away from mine, and it was just traumatic. Now, we had already had the date scheduled and everything, and it was like, well, we're going to cancel. We can cancel, we can do it later. But I really felt like it was so impactful, and it was most meaningful at that time to move forward in his namesake. I was told that I would never do anything active in the neighborhood. I was born and raised in the 5th Ward. I live in the 5th Ward. I was born at Community Hospital. That hospital was a Black-only hospital. So it is impactful for me to always recognize, as a Black community, what we do to help ourselves. Get a lot of attention, but the cameras aren't on us all the time. And it is about the community helping what we can do to impact our community. That's why it's so hurtful when I see gun violence, especially going into like an academic, well, not academic, but when it goes into an increase during the summertime. It really, it disheartens me, because strategically, we should come up with a strategic plan to stop gun violence in our neighborhood, in our town. This is Evanston. Most of the people know each other. We can be very impactful within our community to find ways to put a stop to gun violence.
Wow, awesome, awesome answer to that question. And it seems like you've turned such a tragic circumstance into an opportunity to not only help the community, but you're also giving back by running for alderman. And I think I would be able to praise you and say that you're one of the strongest candidates that I see on the whole city's roster of people who are running. So
it's a simple step in the direction of a much needed strategic plan to bring to our city and definitely to our ward.
Awesome, awesome. Now, there's a couple of the questions that I'd like to run past you that have to do with the gun buyback program. First of all, is the gun buyback program itself the certain day that it is, which you can see the date on your poster there? Right. Is it COVID safe?
Yes, it is. We are encouraging, well, it is mandatory, it is required. It is a state requirement that you wear your mask in order to participate in the program. In order to participate in the program, you have to bring an operable, unloaded weapon for the turn-in. We are also taking accessories. We have, well, not for the full $100 cash amount, but we are taking it, because when we were talking to convicted felons, they were saying the bullets and the clips are just as important as a gun. Mm-hmm. So we want to create an atmosphere that those who might have guns in their home, that they do not want them present in their home to maintain the safetyness. You see domestic violence increasing. We just want people to know that there is an outreach event, that if you don't feel comfortable turning a weapon in at the police station, or if you're feeling some type of way about having a weapon in your home, please bring it in and participate.
Right. And what would you say to the other mothers out there that I believe you're going to be saving their children's lives by doing this? But what would you say to them if they say, well, my son has a gun, but I'm not sure if he wants me to turn it in or not? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say to them, if he has not went about obtaining that gun in the right way, do you really want to carry the weight on your shoulder that that gun possibly being stolen from your home or being used by your family member to be involved in a homicide or some type of gun-related violence or crime? Mm-hmm. And that's the weight that you carry when you don't want to participate in a community being safe, not just for yourself, but for others as well.
Excellent answer. And I do think that they should think about some of the other mothers around them, and with that gun, put those mothers in the front row of those funerals that keep popping up around our city, Evanston, as well as in the Chicago area and around the country. So mothers are the backbone of everything. And so those mothers should turn those guns in. And I do thank you for participating in this forum with me. Do you have any last statements that you'd like to say? How about this? Why don't you just say the address of the place and
Sure. The church is Christ Temple Church. The address is 1711 Simpson Street. It's in Evanston. The hours for the gun buyback this Saturday is from 12 to 4 p.m. Again, we are asking that you wear your mask. We're asking that the guns be unloaded and just participate in social distancing and just be safe and be careful during this holiday season. I know that this is a time where people are grieving for the loss of loved ones that they had, but if you need guns that are accessible to you, that are not registered and not, please participate in this program and turn them in for $100 cash.
Awesome, awesome. And on that, we will conclude. I thank you for your time, Carolyn Murray. And I look forward to your all your life as an alderman. And we love that you're going to keep our city safe. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.